Bleach Year Blood War, Season 2, Episode 11. Let's get into it. Start off this episode with a flashback between Hugo and Bazz-B. Come to find out, they have known each other since childhood. Alright, and a little bit after these two meet, alright, Bazz-B's home gets leveled, like razed to the ground by Yuibaha. And at this point, Yuibaha is allegedly already 200 years old. Anyways, it was at that point where Bazz-B makes it his solemn vow. He's going to get revenge on Yuibaha. How? He's going to get close to him, alright, and then, ram, attack from within. Doesn't work out that well. Now, after years of training, alright, Hugo never seems to improve. And Bazz-B's like, these Quincy's are born once every few hundred years where they're just talentless, alright? Well, after years of training, alright, they come across Yuibaha, and it's at this point where he's like, I want to make a special part of the military, which comes to find out is the Stern Ritters. Yuibaha is like, I'm looking for my new right hand, and Bazz-B's like, oh, that's me. I'm it. He's wrong. It ends up being Hugo. And at first, Hugo is like dead set against it. And then Bazz-B, being impulsive, goes after Hugo, and Hugo then shows off his power. His power, according to Yuibaha, is the same as his, alright? He can like share his power only to later take it back. Which is why Bazz-B seemed to have been getting stronger. Really, it wasn't him, it was Hugo. Allegedly. So after Bazz-B goes and attacks Hugo, Hugo is like, you know what? Fine. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be his right hand. And from then on, Bazz-B considered Hugo a traitor, which I guess he kind of was. Anyway, after an intense battle, unfortunately, Bazz-B falls to Hugo. And he takes his L graciously. I feel like, even though Hugo didn't show it, I feel like he feels the type of way for taking out his best friend, really his only friend. But I guess we'll see how this plays out next episode. Year Blood War, Season 2, Episode 12. Let's get into it. Start off the episode with Uryu looking kind of somber a little bit, and then we get Homeboy right here, Hugo, walking up to him and saying without saying that he thinks Uryu is a traitor. Cut back down to the battlefield, we see Homeboy, alright, he meets up with the rest of the Soul Reapers. And then we see Renji. Turns out he really didn't bite it. Come to find out, the cut he got, it was so clean through, like clean through, so clean in fact, it looks as if he was meant to survive it. And then we learn about some rumors going around. All right, one rumor being that Paramia right here is actually the left arm of the Soul King, and Homeboy right here may actually be his heart. Cut back to Homeboy, Cowardly Lion, who I still think may turn traitor. All right, and we got Yoruichi. And what she does, I want to be like her when I grow up. And then she meets up with her brother again. And Homeboy does the injustice of misgendering her brother, and this is what he does. Pop them right in the nose. I'm not saying violence is always the answer, but sometimes it's the only answer. Now, while the rest of the Reapers really thought that they got him, they really didn't, alright? Turns out he takes whatever damage he gets and gets like really huge, like ginormous. And then he proceeds to lay waste to the Reapers. I don't know. Like, this is definitely an L for the Reapers, unfortunately. Like, they got an L, but also a W because Renji is back. But let's see what happens next episode. Because Uryu is now in front of Ichigo, and Hugo is like, prove to me you're not a traitor. Let's see how well he... I don't think he's gonna actually prove it. He might fumble. I hope he fumbles. Because I understand, like, Uryu is trying to beat Yuibaha from the inside. I get that. I don't understand why he couldn't tell somebody, though. I guess we'll find out next episode. Year Blood War, Season 2, Episode 13. Let's get into it. Start off the episode with Uryu and Ichigo meeting face to face, alright, and then Hugo walking up behind Uryu and being like, yo, I already know what you're fixing to say, alright, and then cut to, oh man, I am fairly certain that is Uryu's grandpa, alright, And he's like, yo, Yuabaha is not a hero. Matter of factly, what he did to heal himself after the first time he failed took out a lot of Quincy's. And then, after a series of like cutscenes of different Quincy's being in different places, all right, you got Bambi and the girls, all right, walking up on you at Baja. Why? Because why not? He's asleep, right? Right? You got the visors here making a comeback. Then you get these things. All right, they're attacking the Soul Society again for what? I don't know. The place is already demolished. And then there's a flashback of Ichigo and Uryu having a conversation. Ichigo's like, yo, why are you at this school? Like, shouldn't you be at a better school, for like doctors' kids? And then Uryu's like, yeah, no, I don't want to be a doctor. I used to want to be, but not anymore. Why? Oh, because something happened. All right, with Udyu's mom, and then like he saw his dad. Udyu doesn't want to be a doctor anymore, and you know what? That's fair. But it's after this is when Udyu is finally honest with Ichigo and it's like, "Yo, chill the fuck out." He's like, "Take this thingy. I don't remember what's it called, but it's like a key. All right, to go down to like a sun gate. I want to say. All right, and go protect the human world because shit is going down." And then Hugo walks up behind Uryu and it's like, "Yo, didn't I tell you I already knew what you were gonna say?" And then, all right, you got Ichigo's dad, okay, and then Uryu's dad right there, all right, coming to save their sons from Yuabaha, who's asleep, right? He's asleep, right? I guess we'll find out next episode.